Not greedy.
Think of the slimiest thing, and that's what he did.
Come on, McGee.
Hey, I know my rights.
Boss, I got it.
NCIS fans left guessing, what's next for the franchise? The NCIS universe is buzzing with speculation as fans eagerly await answers to burning questions. Could NCIS Origins score a second season despite mixed reception? Meanwhile, viewers are gearing up for the late January return of NCIS and its spin-off, Origins, but the delay has left many restless. Adding to the drama, whispers about NCIS's worst character exit being revisited in Origins after 16 years stir up heated debates, while Mario Molino's gritty performance promises fresh tension. In the main series, Season 22 introduced a Kansas City mob arc, with the showrunner teasing a flight plan for these new villains. But the real question is, will there even be a Season 23? Fans are already weighing the chances. Amidst all this, former stars Emily Wickersham and Mark Harmon remain in the spotlight. Wickersham's heartfelt farewell. Hi there, and welcome to my show's update channel. Is a second season of NCIS Origins possible? We examine the likelihood. In the fall of 2024, CBS changed Monday nights. The network introduced the prequel series to the flagship program NCIS Origins after canceling NCIS Hawaii. Leroy Jethro Gibbs's journey after joining NIS is chronicled in this young Gibbs series. This occurred months after his wife and daughter were murdered while he was serving with the Marines. Although Gibbs's account in NCIS tells us the story of what transpired, NCIS Origins allows us to witness the entire event unfold. The series has 8 episodes to date. As Christmas break approaches, we're keeping an eye on the likelihood that certain shows may be cancelled or renewed. What might become of NCIS Origins? The linear ratings for NCIS Origins are not very high. Regarding the series' linear ratings, there is some unpleasant news. The network is having trouble with them, particularly during that Monday night time slot. Although they aren't the only factor taken into account when deciding whether to renew a show, linear ratings have a significant impact on the amount of money the networks can make from advertising. TV series Finale reports that NCIS Origins ranked second to last in the average demo based on same-day linear ratings. This is right behind Blue Bloods, which ended this season and ran on Friday nights, and right before Elsbeth, which airs in a difficult Thursday night time slot. Yes, the Friday night CBS episodes are based on NCIS Origins. How about the average number of people in the audience? That also doesn't look good. In comparison to all other CBS scripted shows, it is ranked second to last. Only Papa's House is behind it, SWAT and The Neighborhood are right behind it. Will CBS make an effort to maintain the NCIS franchise? The issue for CBS is that the number of NCIS programs on the network has decreased. With NCIS Origins' current performance, CBS's decision to cancel NCIS Hawaii was a grave error. People don't really need a prequel series, which isn't to say that the writing in those series is poor. CBS could want to try to maintain the franchise, though. While additional spin-offs to bring to the network are being discussed, the wisest course of action is to renew NCIS Origins for Season 2. Given this, I wouldn't be shocked if NCIS Origins were to get a renewal, but I won't be pleased if it means something else that is more important would have to go. Later in January than we would have liked, NCIS and NCIS Origins will return. In 2025, CBS programming will not resume in early to mid-January as we are accustomed to. CIS and NCIS Origins are officially on winter break, so we will have to wait a little longer than we would want. CBS shows often return in early to mid-January, but in 2025, that won't be the case. We are forced to wait a bit longer than we would like to. The concerts will still resume in January 2025, which is wonderful news. It will simply take place at the end of the month rather than at the start. Given that the episodes ended later than other network programs, this isn't all that shocking. CBS waited until as close to Christmas as possible, while NBC and ABC broadcast a bunch of mid-seasons in November and early December. When will new episodes of NCIS Season 22 air? On Monday, January 27th, NCIS Season 22 will premiere again. As usual, episodes will air at September 8th. All of CBS's Monday night dramas and comedies will resume on this night. We'll get to meet the woman who runs the bakery Parker frequently visits when the show returns. He asks the team to investigate the matter because it turns out that she is being blackmailed. However, I can't help but wonder whether there's something strange about her. When will there be new episodes of NCIS Origins? As previously stated, Monday, January 27th marks the return of all Monday performances. The return of NCIS Origins is scheduled for October 9th. Now, we know how and when Gibbs killed Hernandez, the guy who killed his wife and daughter. But much more remains to be discovered regarding the circumstances surrounding Shannon and Kelly's deaths. Someone close to him was supposed to be present at that moment. Why Origins and NCIS benefit from this extended hiatus? The wait is actually beneficial, even though we dislike having to wait until the end of January for the shows to return. There are fewer weeks to cover with the season's episodes now that the wait is ended. Later, there will be less need for mid-schedule breaks thanks to that. When it comes to storytelling, consistency is crucial. People dislike scheduling interruptions, and the irregularity may cause them to wonder when the shows will resume. Individuals struggle to catch up before the finales after missing episodes. Cancellations are more likely when fewer people watch. It makes more logical to choose a longer break now, when we anticipate it. NCIS, the worst character exits 16 years after their death could be further ruined by Origins. NCIS Origins, the sole prequel to the franchise, has the potential to further damage the reputation of a character 16 years after their demise in the main series. Thus far, a few younger iterations of significant NCIS characters have appeared in NCIS Origins. As the NCIS spin-off receives fresh seasons, this pattern might continue. NCIS Origins is now awaiting a Season 2 renewal, but if CBS grants it a second run, it may bring more well-known characters from Gibbs' history back to television. Throughout its more than 2 decades of broadcasting, NCIS has experienced numerous unceremoniously exiting characters, including a number of character deaths. Regretfully, this implies that some characters can only make a comeback to NCIS Origins by reappearing as younger versions of themselves. Although Jenny can make an appearance in the prequel, her death in NCIS prevents her from ever returning to the flagship. NCIS Origins might examine her strained relationship with Gibbs, which might make or break her character. The reason behind Jenny Shepard's death on NCIS. Episode 18 of Season 5 featured Jenny's death. In the NCIS Season 5 finale, Jenny was killed after a critical error she made as a rookie agent finally caught up with her. Jenny was dispatched to Paris alongside Gibbs shortly after she joined NCIS in 1999 with the task of killing Svetlana, the fiancée of Russian arms dealer Anatoly. Jenny was unable to complete the mission, nevertheless, due to her emotional state. Svetlana fled as a result, harboring resentment toward all those who had participated in Anatoly's death. Mariel Molino plays it tough in NCIS Origins. The freeform series, The Watchful Eye, in which Mariel Molino starred, was distinctly Hitchcockian. It was given that title because it tells the enigmatic story of a young woman with many secrets who goes into a spooky New York building to work as a nanny for an odd family. Molino swiftly notes that there was one significant distinction from Alfred Hitchcock's flicks. I believe that the main character in this story is a strong, independent woman with a grudge, which sets it apart from being a traditional Hitchcockian thriller, Molino explains. And Molino played that strong feminine figure. She has now discovered her new show, NCIS Origins, which will premiere at 10 p.m. CBS, will feature a strong female character on October 14th. She deals with the male-dominated environment of NIS, later renamed NCIS, where Leroy Jethro Gibbs of the original NCIS began his career, in female capacity as Special Agent Lala Dominguez. The 1991 film NCIS Origins centers on a young Gibbs, Austin Stoll, who starts working as a brand-new special agent at the nascent NIS Camp Pendleton office. He looks for a spot on the squad captained by Mike Franks, Kyle Schmid. Molino plays a clever, astute young lady in Origins who consistently outsmarts her teammates. A few of her stronger qualities are her aggression and attention to detail. Molino admits that she simply follows the script's instructions when it comes to acting jobs. Molino states, "I do think that executive producer David North and executive producer Gina Lucida Monreal were really good about building a very strong female. She is someone who must confront the boys during a period when men predominate. To gain the respect she deserves, she simply needs to be a little more resilient than the others." Molino's strategy for the role was to strike a balance between her harsh female persona and her deeply caring side. Having a character who is both strong and not too strong, kind and not too kind, and compassionate but not too kind is not an easy acting task for Molino. Molino can easily identify with her character because she grew up with two elder brothers. Molino claims, "I am very accustomed to being surrounded by guys, and I tend to have a tough exterior. But everyone knows that's a front," she says with a smile. "On the inside, I'm simply this huge mushy girl." She needs to maintain this tough appearance, so I can relate to her. She is concerned for those in her immediate vicinity. Because of the extreme hardship that Gibbs has endured, she is concerned for him. Does he have what it takes to be an agent now? Right now? I'm not sure. The new season will benefit from that softer side as Gibbs struggles to manage his emotions following the deaths of his wife and daughter. Molino's extensive acting background enables her to manage the highly complex character in NCIS Origins. Her career has been divided between Mexico and Los Angeles, where she has worked on productions in both Spanish and English. The Mexican-American actress has previously portrayed Camila Sandoval in the ABC family drama series, Promised Land. Papas Muy Padres, El Juego de las Laves, La Negociadora, Narcos, Mexico, and Luis Miguel, the series are among the other credits. In addition to working as an actor on a big network television show, Molino must contend with the lengthy history of NCIS, which has amassed a sizable fan base. Molino had some nervous moments when she realized that NCIS Origins was the largest franchise she had ever worked on. Molino states, "I do believe there is that pressure because there are so many fans who want to see us get this right. Since I'm developing a completely new character, I feel like I have it a little simpler than Austin. I truly have a blank canvas, which is unsettling in its own right. I suppose that I have faith in this team's chemistry, performances, and output. I hope the fans will truly adore what we have done, and I am confident in it." Diane Rodriguez plays Special Agent Vera Strickland in the series, and Tyla Abercrombie plays Field Operations Support Officer Mary Jo Sullivan. Mark Harmon is the narrator of NCIS Origins and an executive producer. NCIS introduced the Kansas City Mob in Season 22, and the showrunner revealed to us that he has a flight plan for these bad guys. As far as Alden Parker's personal storylines go, the most significant one thus far in Season 22 has been the mystery surrounding Lily, the young girl he first saw in the season 21 finale and who will continue to be a long-term thing for him when the show returns on the 2025 TV schedule. But the episode Night and Day also disclosed that Rebecca De Mornay's character, Carla Marino, the leader of the Kansas City Mafia, had a history with Gary Cole's character. NCIS showrunner Stephen B. Binder promised CinemaBlend that there is a flight plan for these bad guys, even though it was unclear at the end of that episode whether or not we will see more of Carla or her criminal organization. In a recent interview, which also included discussing what's next for Nick Torres' secret girlfriend and deputy director Gabriel LaRoche, I asked Binder if this was a trade that would allow us to see more of De Mornay's character or if she was a one-time villain, recalling how Parker posted a picture of Carla in his bullpen at the end of Night and Day. He informed me the following. "We're experimenting with this longer-term issue as well. By the conclusion of the season, the Kansas City Mafia will be back, but maybe not in person. We'll see precisely. Perhaps. We have the runway since we have been on the air for so long, but as has been frequently mentioned to me, we work on a slightly longer time frame with our subplots and other things." Without a doubt, Carla and Rebecca De Mornay and the Kansas City mob have a flight plan. When the crew was assigned to defend Melissa Radmore, the wife of defense contractor Freddie Radmore and a significant Washington, D.C. figure, Carla Marino entered the scene. Formidable individual in her own right. Melissa was actually April Day, who fled with Carla's son Jason Marino after graduating from high school. Jason was 20 years old when he died in a motorbike accident, and April was 3 months pregnant at the time. Jason had no involvement in his mother's illegal activities. She purposefully chose not to find out where her daughter, Lauren, was being taken when she placed her for adoption, but 20 years later, Carla appeared in Washington, D.C., and attempted to locate Lauren, even capturing Melinda/April in order to collect a DNA sample. During this time, viewers discovered that Alden Parker had met Carla Marino in Kansas City when he was working for the FBI. Parker made capturing Carla a long-term objective based on that history and the events of Night and Day, and we now know from Stephen D. Binder that this will in fact be explored at a later time. However, unlike the Lily mystery, it doesn't seem that Carla and/or the Kansas City mob will make a comeback before the conclusion of Season 22. Instead, they might be saved for Season 23, providing that is approved. To set the stage for what would happen in the 2025 to 2026 TV season, I wouldn't be shocked if the Season 22 conclusion included another tease for these villains. We'll let you know as soon as we learn anything new about NCIS's use of the Kansas City mob. For now, the show will return with new episodes on Monday, January 27th, but you can stream any of its previously released episodes right now if you have a Paramount Plus subscription. Frank Grillo's werewolf thriller with a NCIS star arrives on digital after poor box office performance earlier this month. Grillo starred in a supernatural thriller that did remarkably poorly at the box office. His role as Rick Flag Sr. in Creature Commandos has everyone talking. After failing to make even $2 million at the box office, Grillo co-stars with Katrina Law and Lou Diamond Phillips in the film Werewolves, which is now accessible on digital platforms. Despite being shown in more than 1,300 theaters, the movie barely made $1 million when it first premiered, which translated to a pitiful $779 per screen. The movie started showing on December 6th. During its second weekend in cinemas, it fell a staggering 74%, earning only $273,000. This past weekend, it plunged even more, earning $14,000 in just 25 domestic theaters. The movie made a total of $1.9 million globally, with $1.89 million coming from domestic sales and $76,000 from overseas sales. The principal distributor, Briarcliff Entertainment, has not released the film's budget, but given its poor box office performance, it will undoubtedly be a net loss. No one is really concerned about Grillo's most recent theatrical film failing miserably, though, because of his previously noted performance in Creature Commandos. The first DCU film under new studio director James Gunn, who is most renowned for helming the MCU's Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, is Creature Commandos. When combined with the first Superman trailer's historic appearance, the animated DCU series has achieved tremendous success since its premiere, receiving ratings of 95% from critics and 80% from viewers on Rotten Tomatoes. Grillo has nothing to be concerned about because of his new position with DC. What more is in store for Frank Grillo, star of A Werewolves? Frank Grillo, who voiced Rick Flag Sr. in Creature Commandos, will return to the character in live action, first in Superman, which will be released in theaters on July 11, 2025, and then in Peacemaker Season 2, which is scheduled to premiere on Max in August. After his DCU appearances, Grillo will co-star with Black Widow veteran Olga Kurylenko in the upcoming drama Misdirection, which is currently in production, and he will work with Tyrese Gibson and Harvey Keitel in Justin Price's action film Hard Matter. How likely is it that Season 23 of NCIS will be renewed? Currently on winter break, NCIS Season 22 has us focused on the future's prospects. Is Season 23 of NCIS possible? All of our favorite TV series are on winter break. We begin examining the likelihood of a renewal at this time of year. Is the likelihood of NCIS Season 23 happening good or bad? Season 22 has broadcast 8 episodes. This is one of those programs that many people have watched consistently over the years. Despite the death of its primary character and the fact that there are no longer any original characters on the series, it is still one of the most adored shows in syndication. Nevertheless, we all know that everything must end eventually. Is NCIS coming to an end? What might CBS have in mind? NCIS is still doing great. I do believe that Season 23 of NCIS will air. TV series finale reported that the linear ratings held up well. Yes, they have decreased from the previous season, but not in a concerning sense, and they are a lot like other network shows. When compared to all scripted shows on the network, the show's average demo ranks 8th. If you only look at the dramas, it's number 5. A comedy program and a drama show will be evaluated differently for the network schedule. Even better is the average audience size. When only dramas are taken into account, the series ranks 4th overall and 6th overall. Despite Monday Night Football, NCIS holds up. The fact that it keeps up against Monday Night Football is something that will help keep it airing. CBS doesn't do well on Mondays, so when NCIS first shifted to Monday at 9 p.m., it was concerning. Eastern Time/Pacific Time slot. Nevertheless, it has consistently demonstrated that it is a strong candidate. NCIS says farewell to Emily Wickersham following the Season 18 finale. Emily Wickersham is bidding farewell to NCIS. Wickersham's character, Ellie Bishop, departed on a top-secret undercover mission in Tuesday's NCIS Season 18 finale. She will not be returning for the upcoming season, ET can officially reveal. According to an NCIS representative, we can confirm that Emily will not be returning next season, ET reports. Although Ellie Bishop left the program as a series regular in Tuesday night's finale, there is a potential she will make a comeback for future guest appearances. When Wickersham announced on Instagram that the special agent was permanently quitting the venerable procedural, fans were initially taken aback. Wickersham said, "Handin' this hat and jacket up," as the caption for a set of pictures that had her wearing an NCIS jacket and hat. What a great ride it's been! After joining the show in 2013, she continued to think back on her time there. This cast, this crew, are top-notch. I can't say enough kind words about this group that I've had the pleasure of working with for close to 8 years now and 172 episodes later, she said. I've been fortunate enough to be a part of a show where I got to show up and act and laugh and learn with wonderful people. Thank you CBS and NCIS for including me in a part of television history. Mark Harmon's new movie could lead to Gibbs' NCIS Season 22 return. Mark Harmon is best known for his role as Special Agent Leroy Jethro Gibbs in the long-running CBS series NCIS. However, consistency is a rarity in this business. Other than narrating NCIS Origins, Harmon hasn't starred in any other TV shows or movies since his 19-season run on the show. Nonetheless, the actor will reprise his role in Freakier Friday, the follow-up to the entertaining 2003 fantasy comedy Freaky Friday, which starred Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis. Harmon is returning to his role as Ryan, who in the first film married Curtis Tess Coleman, in the Freakier Friday sequel. The possibility that Harmon could reprise his role as Gibbs is raised by his return to acting in Freakier Friday. Given Harmon's 3-year absence from the show and the actor's senior age, which disapproves of the demanding schedule and physical demands, a return for Gibbs on NCIS may be unlikely. Instead of taking over the program once more, Harmon's Gibbs might serve as a frequent guest star, allowing the actor to concentrate on taking on other parts or working on other projects. Mark Harmon's love for acting may be revived by his Freakier Friday return. Harmon can rejuvenate his acting skills on the big screen. The now 73-year-old Harmon made the tough decision to leave his position as Gibbs on NCIS in 2021 due to hard hours and the need for a vacation from acting. Harmon intends to pursue other endeavors after working for almost 2 decades on Law & Order, SVU, one of the longest-running scripted TV shows ever. One entails co-writing Ghosts of Panama, a book about actual investigations that shaped the NIS, Naval Investigative Service, with retired NCIS Special Agent Leon Carroll Jr. The return of a character close to McGee is confirmed in the NCIS Season 22 update. An upcoming episode of NCIS Season 22 will feature the much-anticipated return of a character close to Tim McGee, according to executive producer Stephen D. Binder. Extend the article's logo and keep reading. Perhaps being in front of the camera again will make Harmon feel the urge to act again, especially since he will be returning on the big screen in Freakier Friday. Prior to NCIS, Harmon demonstrated his versatility as an actor by starring in a number of different types of movies, such as action, The Presidio, starring Sean Connery, romantic comedies, Chasing Liberty, starring Mandy Moore, and westerns, Wyatt Earp, starring Kevin Costner. Harmon is adept at playing direct, likable characters with a powerful presence, whether he is the main character or a supporting one. Harmon's portrayal of Ryan in Freakier Friday can be extended to show the development of his relationship with Curtis Tess Coleman from their 2003 marriage. We appreciate you watching this video. Kindly click the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up.